Hello everyone, my name is Kelly. Welcome to my presentation on e-waste. So what is e-waste? E-waste is short for electronics waste, and it refers to discarded electronics and their parts, including laptops, televisions, cell phones, tablets, their charging cords, power cords, headphones, smartwatches, you name it. Most of these are obsolete or outdated within the first 3 years, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're no longer usable. As a matter of fact, that's what makes e-waste such a big problem. We purchase technology at such an astonishing rate, and we discard it just as quickly. We're constantly buying the newest, latest model of cell phones and tablets, needing new accessories or cute little items to go along with it, or purchasing something new just because we lost it. And the tech companies are in on this as well. They don't make products that are meant to last because they want us to continue to buy from them regularly. So they market new items to us constantly. And we're just adding to this growing pile of e-waste. So why are we worried about this? What's the big deal? Many electronics are made with materials that can't easily be reused or recycled. There's not really a good way, and certainly not a profitable one, to reuse the materials in a lot of electronics. This creates a lot of waste, which is accumulating very quickly. In 2015 alone, there was approximately 40 million tons of e-waste generated. And no one really seems to care because there's not a lot of profit to be made from recycling or cleaning up these items. Asia has the highest rate of use, followed by Europe, with the Americas last. But interestingly, the Americas have the highest per capita use. Nearly all of this waste gets shipped to China, to this small town called Jiayu, which is right here. Jiayu used to consist of rice paddies, as shown on the left. Today it looks like the picture on the right, with residents working long hours for very little pay, breaking down these electronics to get to the very few valuable components within. Unfortunately, the process of extracting these components is dangerous for both the workers and the environment. Electronics of all kinds contain massive amounts of toxic materials, especially lead and mercury, but also PVC and other plastics, as well as dangerous flame-resistant chemicals. Workers extract these materials through incredibly dangerous processes that, in the United States and other developed nations, require protective gear and are closely monitored for safety and pollution. In Jiayu, however, they burn wires to remove plastic casings, they melt down metals to remove microchips, and they mix acidic solutions, all of which release toxic gases into the air and toxic chemicals into the ground. Here are some of the pictures of the waste and pollution that can be found in Jiayu right now. The picture on the top left is just a massive pile of electronics all dumped there in this one area. Both pictures on the right are of waterways, believe it or not, filled with electronics waste. And the bottom left is a picture of electronics waste being burned, releasing that awful dark smoke into the air. So what can we do? As consumers, we actually have a lot of power. Companies understand profit, and we're the ones who give it to them. So it's important for us to focus our power, in terms of our money, in places we can trust to use it well. We can purchase electronics that are built in sustainable ways. Google has recently been working on technology that may allow parts to be replaced individually instead of needing to purchase a new device every time something inside breaks. This could cut back on a lot of unnecessary waste. We can support companies who try to mitigate the waste issue through innovation, like Dell, who won the Design for Recycling Award in 2014 for their efforts in reducing waste from their products, and LG, who won in 2015 for cutting out the use of mercury and toxic plastics in their television, and for standardizing their materials and connectors so that they work universally for their products. It's also important for us to encourage our representatives to support the Basel Convention. This is similar to the Paris Agreement, except it's for electronic waste. It's a convention of 15 countries who've agreed not to export their electronic waste to developing countries. At present, the U.S. is only a non-party, which means that we send representatives to the convention, but we don't actually adhere to the standards they set forth. As one of the largest and most prominent countries in the world, we have a responsibility to set an example for other countries, and we can't afford not to. E-waste is a problem for everyone. It's not going to go anywhere. We have to hold ourselves accountable, and we have to hold those who have the authority and the power to make change accountable as well. Only together can we make the difference. Thank you for listening.